Hello, welcome to the newest episode of Coffee and Wrestling, a wrestling podcast. I'm Mark.
Hello, I'm Jamie.
And we are here. God, what day is it? It's Sunday. It's after Rampage, the Quake at the Lake. Whatever day is named for an event, but
as I said before, I think that's some Tony Khan shit.
yeah, he loves coming up with those midweek pay-per-view premium live events, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna waste no time. Although I do have a question for you, Jamie.
What you got?
And I know you're gonna wait for the questions for the end.
Oh no, that's fine.
We always talk about wrestling, but we don't ever talk about coffee. So what coffee are you drinking this evening?
The special at our house would be just the red can from Walmart. Nothing fancy.
Just the regular roast.
Just the mid roast. I don't know.
I'm genuinely
not
asking
light.
because it's not like I really know, because you end up taking care of all that, and I just
Genuinely
whatever you put in the coffee pot or in front of me or in the refillable coffee thing we have.
How about next week? I'll make it my goal. Maybe try out some new coffees every week. I think that'd be neat.
Yeah, that would be. I guess we'd have to do that.
Yeah, we're trying out new wrestling experiences. We should try out new coffees. But
I guess.
For now,
are we trying new wrestling experiences?
Yeah, we're watching WWE again.
Well, the Triple H era. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm really actually excited to see that, and
same.
Just by the small amount of changes. Oh God, that he's made already. You know, it's made it very interesting.
Yeah. To slightly recap, we honestly have not watched very much WWE in a few years.
It's been. Yeah.
Pretty much since AEW started, we have not been watching WWE.
Honestly, we haven't really paid attention to WWE since Cody Rhodes had that plastic mask. I think we talked about that last week.
But yeah.
Either it was just you and I talking, but that was about the last time I remember watching it on a weekly basis. And not too long after that, I fell out with it. But it's getting better again. Like, it really is. Like, Even before Triple H took over, they were trying to do something with it. I think now that Triple H is, or do we call him Triple H still?
Always.
But do we even call him Hunter, or do we call him Paul? Or are they going to call that's a whole conversation
to me, he's Triple
itself.
H.
Like, I know he's Triple H. He's always going to be Triple H. But,
Mr. H.
But that stands for Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
I know,
so
and that's
you'd
not
call
his
him
name.
Hunter.
Yeah.
But then, do you call him Mr. Levesque?
I don't know.
And
what do you think the talent calls him? Trips?
Talent doesn't talk to Trips. I don't know.
At any rate, yeah.
They call him Daddy.
We've been back to watching this a little bit.
But yeah, we missed this week. Watched the week before. Yeah, it's fun. Wrestling's fun. The more wrestling, the better.
Yeah, for sure. So, can we start off the podcast by talking about this coffin match that happened on Dynamite?
Oh my God, I loved it.
I mean, we knew it was going to be good, of course. Darby Allin, Brody King, fighting on. Literally, Dynamite started, and it was just absolute insanity.
It was literally a murder, and I don't know how. Like, I know how Darby got the win. Spoilers, by the way. If you listen to this after the shows have already happened, we're probably talking about what's happened in the match. So you should have watched it by this point, but. It was an absolute, Darby got his absolute ass kicked. Like, I know he won, but he got his ass kicked, and even the end was like, good Lord, how do you pull that off?
There's been very few times in my life I've watched a match and thought, is he dead? Will he die? I mean, it was bad. It was bad. Brody and Darby definitely didn't hold back, so that was nice.
But there was so much more to this match than just a bloody brawl. They blurred the lines of reality and wrestling. If you can even go back, you can find YouTube videos. These two have wrestled each other numerous times. It's on record that they are fairly decent friends with one another. I don't know how close they are, but there's numerous social media posts about them being together and hanging out in a social environment. But they blurred the lines like old wrestling used to. I think it was only 2 times I heard of that at a signing, once at a signing and once at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Brody came out and attacked Darby Allin.
Yeah.
And not like oh, fuck you, I'm going to beat you up, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It was, he walked in and literally plowed Darby through a table, absolutely just destroyed the interior of this store and threw all of his merch everywhere while fans are standing there recording and watching it the entire time.
Yeah, it was a cool setup.
And then
super exciting. Then the San Diego Comic-Con, I think we talked about this last week, but Malachi and Brody
just decimated
same
him.
thing, and then we're just like, hey, any questions?
In a public setting.
Hilarious. But super reminiscent, like you said, of like that old WWF like invasion
Stone
kind
Cold and
of
Booker T in the supermarket.
Yeah, right.
Just ruining some poor janitor had to clean up every ounce of that milk that was on the floor.
What had me going was like, you're here for a signing for Darby Allin. Did everybody get their signing? And then Darby Allin got chokeslammed through the table? Or were there people that still needed to get their pictures and their autographs, and Darby Allin had to like be reckless and resilient like he always is and get back up and like just sit at a table and be like, here.
I saw him do it on the first one. I saw him like it was a post like mauling at the one in a store where it was just a signing.
Okay. Like
I don't know about after Comic-Con, but he got up, they dusted him off, and they resumed. But so there were people like not like they were like, oh man, I'm excited, I'm going to meet Darby, he's my idol. Like, it was probably like a 12-year-old kid, and they're just like, oh my god, Darby Allin. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh my god, this fucking behemoth of a human being. It's been very refreshing to see that blurred line that doesn't get crossed anymore, especially now with social media and the openness of everybody and
the tattoos that they got.
Yeah, but that's another testament to the whole thing. It's a story between the two of them.
Yeah.
It's more than just a fight.
And I definitely heard the words, "This isn't over," from Brody. So
oh yeah,
if that wasn't the end of it, I don't know where the hell this is going. So maybe we'll see something at All Out.
Maybe.
I don't know where you go from there, but
it depends on if those tacks ever come out of
Brody's stomach.
Like, oh my god, was it the first like 13 seconds into it?
Yeah,
he had metal pierced in his stomach.
Yeah. I was very concerned.
And he just did. And that dude, for as big as he is, he's very athletic, because he just did a few days prior to that, did Sound and Fury Fest, where he did like a 2-day festival.
Oh God!
He's the lead singer of God's Hate, and he like the performance he put on was absolutely just batshit. So you got to think he's out there in a fest in the middle of heated. If you've ever been in a music festival, especially like a hardcore or a punk or a metal one. It's not for the weak at heart. You go hard when you go out there. So to do that, and then a few days later, you're getting your ass beaten with a skateboard covered in tacks.
Yeah, right.
And then you got to fly home, and you got to like a 2-year-old
take care of your
girl.
Kids.
Yeah, like
definitely really good. We got Buddy Murphy back though.
Yes.
That also happened within that match, which is awesome. Happy to see him back. Happy to see the three of them going for the trios tag belts.
Yes.
Which is something I think we should, touch base on, see if we could, there we go.
We've got Death Triangle versus Will Ospreay and Aussie Open. Andrade El Hilo, Dragon Lee, and Rush versus the Young Bucks and a mystery opponent. We'll get back to that here in a minute. House of Black wrestling Dark Order, which is going to be an interesting one. The two scary,
I'm really happy about that one.
Scoopy poopy, oopsie,
yeah.
Factions are going to be.
I'm excited.
Going head to head. That's going to be interesting. 10 and Brody King. I told you I wanted that match like months ago.
Yeah. Well,
big meaty men. If you guys don't know, call it what it is. I love me some big meaty men. I understand where Vince goes, where he comes from, where he likes the meat, and the guys that can throw people around. Like that gets me going.
Yeah.
That's always been my forte when it comes to wrestlers. So
yeah, I'm into that too. Agreed. Also, please sign Redbeard.
Yes. I think they just brought him in because he was in their hometown, but
that's fine. Beardhausen was great.
Beardhausen. Danhausen getting another squash match. Another one, like, just getting absolutely smooshed.
Yeah, but
he lasted longer this time, but that's because Redbeard was there.
Yeah, for sure. But you gotta love the pop.
Oh,
this man can lose every week, and everyone's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's still number one in shirt sales everywhere.
Yeah. Charismatic.
We also have the Trustbusters and the Best Friends. Trustbusters just kind of like making, and with Sonny King joining
Sonny King.
the Trustbusters.
Sonny Kiss.
What did I say?
Sonny King.
Yeah.
Sonny Kiss. And poor, Austin, Colton, Grandpa.
Oh yeah, no
Ass.
boys.
They got just
No ass boys. They
skipped
could have
right
had.
over.
They could have had Danhausen. They could have been Asshausen.
damn. What a missed opportunity.
If you haven't heard,
Just embrace the ass, Colton.
if
If
haven't
you're
heard-
listening,
yeah, right.
Austin, Colton, just embrace it.
Ass.
Look at your dad.
Asshausen.
He did.
He loves Danhausen.
See that smile?
Oh my God, he was so happy. He was so happy.
But at any rate,
It
yes.
was like he actually saw his own son.
Yeah, he even said, he misses the acclaim too,
Everybody loves you.
Everybody loves the acclaimed. But yeah, Trustbusters versus Best Friends. So yeah, we got
Trustbusters are interesting
lineup.
because it's
Former NXT,
Ari
WWE.
Daivari.
Ari Daivari, yeah.
Ari Daivari. I've seen him wrestle quite a bit. Nothing like, I haven't been like following for years, but I've just, every time I've seen him, it's been a decent match. That's that guy from NXT, Parker Baudrour.
Parker Baudrour. Yeah.
He looks good. He looks young and fit, and like he looks like, honest to God, he looks like a young Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he looks like a guy
He's
that's
got
like,
that-
okay, he may not be there yet, but let's invest in this.
He's got that big, thick.
He was on NXT, right?
Yes.
Was he like a boxer or something?
I don't know. He looks like he could beat the shit out of anybody.
Yeah, I thought maybe I saw something about that, but
But then you've got Slim J. Slim J, like I when I first saw him, I'm like, what in God's name is this?
he looks
I looked up
ridiculous.
a lot of his matches, and my God, that dude can jump from turnbuckle to space. That dude is very, very good at his job.
He will forever remind me of Jamie from Trailer Park Boys.
I'm just changing.
Just changing.
I ain't jerking off. I'm just changing.
Ma.
But
Okay, so still early, but curiosity's sake, Mark. Speculations about who the final two are going to be for the All Out pay-per-view as far as the AEW World Trios Championship tournament.
I mean,
Final bracket. Well, first off, hold on. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Before we do that,
we got.
do we need
don't
to
have all the
speculate?
participants.
Do we need to speculate who's going to be with the Young Bucks, or are we
Do
just
we
going to be?
need to
We're just going to be real here.
particulate? I have my vocabulary is terrible tonight especially for a podcast.
I mean,
do we need to speculate? I mean, honestly, does anybody in this world not believe that Kenny
It's
Omega? It's Brandon. Of course, it's going to be Brandon. But does anybody not believe it's not going to be Brandon?
You mean Kenny?
Brandon? Who's Kenny? Kenny who? Kenny who? Is that guy that's like in the producer
sweeper
credits?
or something?
The janitor?
Yeah, the janitor, Kenny Omega.
The sweeper. Yeah, I can't see how it's anybody but
Kenny Omega.
the janitor,
Come on.
Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
I just there, especially now that Hangman's gave him the finger.
Yeah. He was just having the Dark Order's back,
I mean, the Dark Order had his back, so it only makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta be friends with your friends, man.
Yeah. So now we know that it's not going to be, obviously, Hangman, Adam Page.
But I mean, how many hundreds of people have the Young Bucks teamed with? Like, honestly.
I really don't know.
I don't either. I was hoping you were smarter than me.
No, I don't know. So, okay, at any rate, the way that it is teaming up right now, we got Death Triangle will be facing Will Ospreay and the Aussie Open.
Which is surprising.
Those two just won a title match last night, I think.
Who,
Aussie Open? Yeah.
Ooh, Aussie Open and Will Ospreay, or just
No,
Aussie
I think
Open?
just Aussie Open.
Huh.
I'll check my facts on that one, but saw something. Also, Andrade El Idolo and Dragon Lee and Roosh will be facing Young Bucks and
Young Bucks.
the Young Bucks.
And mystery opponent still TBD.
Kenny Omega.
Kenny
Omega.
I really need to get my vocabulary together.
I know. You gotta do some warm-ups like on Anchorman.
No.
Okay,
Just need
so
that Sex Panther.
Death Triangle will be facing Will Ospreay and the Aussie Open.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, Andrade El Idolo, Dragon Lee, and Roosh will be facing Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. So that potentially puts it in a position that Will Ospreay and Aussie Open will be facing Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, and that's what I'm predicting right now.
Especially since we just saw Lucha Brothers
two.
versus
Yeah.
Andrade El Idolo and Roosh.
Great match.
It was a good match, but I think it was to kind of establish whatever the faction is that Roosh and El Idolo have kind of put themselves together.
Sure, Le Faction, something like that.
No, that sounds like some Jericho
El
shit.
Faction, or
That sounds like some like
That sounds
Jericho
like some Jericho
Appreciation
shit.
Society shit.
Yeah,
La
something like that.
Faction, Les Champions.
Le Champion. Yeah, I think they're starting their own rivalry, doing their own thing, and then it's going to be coming down to Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega possibly finally meeting up at the end of 2022.
Are they going to really meet up in a trios tag match? I feel like that's a match you want, unless that's just strictly to set up a one-on-one match.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So, on the other side, we got House of Black versus the Dark Order and the Trustbusters versus the Best Friends.
Yeah, I'm excited about the Dark Order versus House of Black. That's fun. Again, 10, Brody King.
Yeah, but that is some sheer madness against what has turned into a fun club. And I'm not shitting on Dark Order at all, but
yeah,
they're not exactly the most evil faction.
No, but it could be a really good opportunity to give Dark Order a push that they so desperately deserve and need.
But no John Silver. No John Silver.
Yeah. It's
Johnny
looking like
Hungy.
no Johnny Hungy because
Johnny
he was
Hungy.
not rocking the Dark Order t-shirt, which would put Evil Uno, Alex Reynolds, and 10.
10's my
Cool.
favorite. They need more 10. I need more 10.
Love 10. Love
10,
Evil Uno.
10,
love Alex
10.
Reynolds. John Silver. Love them all.
They're all great, but I think to be honest, I love the Dark Order.
Yeah.
But I really think they've pigeonholed themselves into the Dark Order, and the Dark Order, I don't know, I just feel like they'll never pull themselves out of that hole.
No, I think this might be a good opportunity to put Johnny Hungy up on his own.
Hungy.
Just up on his own. Just let him soar in the singles division.
So who do you think, House of Black or Dark Order? I'm going House of Black. I
Yeah.
might be biased.
Yeah. They've had a
But-
lot more of a push.
They just seem a lot, and I don't mean this in like they seem meaner, but they really do. They just seem meaner.
Yeah. And I think against Best Friends will be fun.
And then
Yeah.
Trustbusters and Best Friends, I gotta go with the Best Friends.
Yeah.
Trustbusters,
Yeah.
they just kind of stepped on the scene. They're
Uh-huh.
trios, very odd trios, by the
Yeah,
way.
fun trios. Actually, for some reason, I'm just like naturally gravitated to them.
But I could
Again-
see the Best Friends getting the push over.
Yeah. But this is a good opportunity to give Trustbusters a push.
Of course.
Give Dark Order a push. And
Of course.
hopefully do something with both of those tag teams.
I mean, it would be. I would love to see a Dark Order Best Friends match.
oh, yeah,
at the end.
sure. For sure. But unfortunately,
Unless
a lot
Miro-
of people just don't have Dark Order in this. So that would be kind of fun if they did win.
Unless Miro came out and ruined their chances.
Oh, for House of Black?
Yeah,
That could be fun.
Miro's slowly getting somehow in that storyline.
Yep.
Maybe a CJ Perry return to
Oh,
wrestling.
Julia Hart. I don't know. I think she crossed the line. Don't touch me.
Only one woman may touch me.
And then it's
And you would not
you.
Love Miro.
Fantastic.
Need more Miro in my life. Need
So-
a lot of more wrestlers in my life. I'm telling you, it's the big meaty men. It's always the big meaty
Yes.
men. Brody King, Miro, Powerhouse Hobbs, Brian Cage. Where is Brian Cage? Bring me back
Set it
Brian
up
Cage.
for
I
ROH.
want big meaty men.
They're trying.
I want
the
more
group in
ROH.
that Tully Blanchard group
That's
that
Supercard
disbanded already.
That Supercard of Honor. It was it Supercard of Honor?
Yes.
Yeah, I bought in. Like I'm 100%. I want more ROH.
Oh, it was fantastic.
I loved it. What Clark?
Claudio.
Yeah. Who's
Oh.
Clark Connors?
Yeah, he's in NJPW.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought he was in ROH.
No.
I'm wrong. This is why I'm married,
NJPW.
because I'm dumb.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So, okay. So, my speculation is all out. It is going to be Young Bucks and Kenny Omega versus Best Friends.
Barring it being Kenny Omega as the mystery opponent, and again, I'm not buying into the hype just yet. I will not be a sheep, not like you, and be a sheeple and just follow the crowds. I don't know who the mystery opponent
Are you
is. It
calling
could
me
be.
sheeple?
I just, you know what? I just call him like I see him. I love you.
You're giving me some Cameron Tucker vibes from Modern Family right now.
Oh my god. But if it's Kenny Omega, then 100% Young Bucks Kenny Omega in the finals.
What do you think? Right off rip, Kenny Omega's been gone all year. They're gonna win it, or are we not ready for that speculation yet as to who's gonna actually get it?
Name me somebody else other than honestly, Andrade, El Idolo, Dragon Lee, and Roosh, that would make sense to give the titles to.
Best friends.
Why would it make sense to give it? I don't.
Orange
no way.
Cassidy is over.
Of course, Orange Cassidy is over.
The other two are so Chucky T.
They're
the Kentucky Gentleman.
You used to
Trent
hate that
Barretta.
poor man.
We're not talking about what we used to hate.
And Trent Barretta.
We're talking about what we love. Trent Barretta and Chucky T. Where's Chucky's mom?
He brought a chainsaw out.
Or no, that was Trent's mom.
That was Trent's
They
mom.
brought a chainsaw. They're ready for a trios belt. Three
With
of them
a
are
chainsaw?
extremely talented. Let's just say that.
A chainsaw.
What about it?
That makes trios
That adds.
championship material.
Oh yeah.
The chainsaw.
Did you
Somebody
see them
call...
like on each other's shoulders? Like innovation,
Oh, yeah.
creativity.
Chuck E. Cheese head was the wiener.
It reminded me of like some D&D, like.
Does that bring back flashbacks?
Just like two goblins on each other's shoulders. Yeah.
Two gnomes.
Yeah.
On their shoulders.
Yeah, which I have actually played in D&D as character.
We don't need to get in. That's a whole different.
That's a
podcast.
whole different thing. Yeah, maybe
that's
one day we'll
that's
do
the
a D&D
Coffee and
podcast.
Wrestling D&D podcast soon to your airwaves.
Coffee and Dungeons.
Coffee and frustration.
Yep.
Coffee.
Anyways, I absolutely do. I think the best friends got it. That's my early prediction.
You think the best friends are going to win it?
Yeah.
You're going to win the title.
Yeah, I thought about it.
So you're going to change from Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks to...
No. I said that's who they're going to face. It's Kenny Omega.
So then who's going to win?
Best friends.
You think best friends are going to win the title?
Yeah.
You're calling your shot right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
For Chris Statlander.
Oh my God.
Just
Poor
purely.
Chris Statlander.
Well, I meant that they'll win for
I know.
Chris
I said
Statlander,
poor Chris
but
Statlander.
poor Chris Statlander.
Injured her knee again.
100% speculation. I would have guessed right now that she was gonna win the belt from Thunder Rosa.
She was. Oh yeah.
That was like my pre-prediction was that she was gonna win it.
Yeah. I wish she would have.
It was slated to.
We watched
like
that dark match too. It wasn't even announced yet. And we watched that dark match, and I saw her come down, and you saw it in her face, like instantly as soon as her knee buckled.
Mm-hmm.
You saw she knew it, and then she got the pin, and that was it. I even said, I was like, she just hurt her knee.
Yeah.
I thought it was the same knee. I didn't think it was.
It was the other knee. I think it was a torn
knee.
ACL and a meniscus.
Oh my God, that's like a 9 month and a meniscus.
That's what happened to her the last time when she had a torn ACL. She was out for 10 months.
I actually looked up what an ACL is. That's the little ligament that attaches your top bone to your bottom bone in your knee. That's insane. That sucks.
So yeah, she was out a few
for
years ago for 10 months.
Oh my God.
10 months.
Oh my God.
Chris, get better soon.
Please. Be a manager.
Yo,
Chris. Athena's manager. Throw on whatever you throw on as a manager and fucking roll out with Athena, yo.
Yeah, right?
Like, be on TV. I want Chris
Britt was in a wheelchair for a while, right?
Britt? Yeah. Oh God, that was like, I think that's honest to God how she got her, like, where she, like, her status at this point, like that mouth running, yammering, nose broken, Cody Rhodes mask having, ridiculous assness. That was when we started watching. Was right then when she was in the wheelchair and she had a broke ass nose.
Yeah.
Insane.
Good luck, best friends.
All right, you're going best friends.
Best friends.
If it's not Kenny Omega with the Young Bucks, I'm gonna go Andrade, and Dragon and Roosh.
Which would be weird because Dragon Lee and Roosh are bros, but not like good friends.
Right.
All right. So next up is Luchasaurus versus poor Anthony Henry. I love Anthony Henry.
We don't even have to talk about this match. He absolutely beat the shit out of him. But it was 100% just to set up Jungle Boy and Christian.
At All Out?
Probably at All Out.
Yeah. Which will be fun.
Yeah. We still got to speculate. We're going to do an entire episode on All Out and what we think.
Predictions, for sure, once we get the full card.
What matches might be, what matches are. But that'll come here the next couple weeks.
Yep, and we'll probably do the same with Clash at the Castle at the same time. Once we get both the cards, we'll kind of just do straight up predictions.
That's going to be an interesting weekend
right before.
for us.
It's going to be fun, because I think one's Saturday, one's Sunday. So Clash at the Castle Saturday and All Out is Sunday. That'll be a lot of fun. And then next weekend we are going on a nice little vacation. So
yeah, so there won't be a podcast for about a week or so after that.
Yep.
We might be able to get something up, but who knows?
But yeah, 2 huge pay-per-views, so that'll be awesome. So yeah.
The big biggest pay-per-view in all of UK history since, what was it, 1980 something?
Yeah, something like that. So, yeah, it took 40 seconds for Luchasaurus to win.
Yeah. Then you had Ricky Starks versus Aaron Solo. I don't remember a lot from this match. I think I was distracted, but it was a solid match.
Yeah, it was good.
It was just
they have a relationship with each other. They used to be tag partners on the indie
2 or 3 years,
scenes. Yeah, so super cool. I think it was just, again, like you were just saying, this was just a setup to Ricky Starks, I'm sorry. Sorry, I call him Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks versus Will Hobbs at All Out is what I'm thinking.
What do you think about Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa Part 2?
Yeah. We had talked about this, I think, off camera or off mic.
Off camera.
That it would kind of sounds like maybe Tony Storm versus Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker. A 3-way.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
For the title.
That would be interesting.
That you're not getting the same match. We've seen Britt Baker, and Thunder Rosa. We've seen Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm.
Yeah, and the last time they've been in matches hasn't been the greatest.
Okay. So maybe having the 3 of them is a good little spark and something interesting and dynamic for a women's match.
Honestly, I just don't want to see Britt Baker get it again.
Well, no.
Not for a little bit.
No. And honestly, I don't even think Tony Storm should win it.
Yeah. Not super happy with Thunder Rosa's title reign, to be honest. I love Thunder Rosa.
I think the end of Britt
I'm a real
Baker's
big
was a
fan
little
of Thunder
stale.
Rosa. What's that?
I think the end of Britt Baker's was stale. I think the women's division is a little lackluster, but I'm super excited that Madison Rayne is here. And I think having like a veteran woman here is going to be a cool dynamic as well to hopefully add more storyline, more... there should be multiple matches for the women. I agree. The final cards for Dynamite should be women matches. And
you know how the dirt sheets are. They just they find whatever things they can and they translate it how they want. But there's a trademark, I believe, out there that AEW's made that's like AEW... Oh, God, what is it? Something like Women Only or AEW Women... I don't know. It's something like that. So
it's just women wrestling?
I don't know if it's women's wrestling, but it's definitely women's only.
I mean, that would be cool.
I say cool. I mean, we've talked about this all the time, but I think they should,
Still waiting on the intergender.
And not mixed.
No,
not when you tag out the other gender, the other one has to come in. I think that's goofy as shit.
No.
We all know if you're willing to take a kick to the face, it doesn't matter what hardware you have downstairs.
Woman.
Or if you tape it back or you add something, it doesn't matter. You're willing to get kicked in the face. You're willing to get kicked in the face. Your shoe to my mouth is going to hurt just as bad as Jared's shoe to my face.
I think it would have been really cool if they had done that on, jumping ahead a little bit, on Rampage. They had Ty and Sammy versus Sky Blue.
Congratulations on them for getting married.
Yep, versus Sky Blue and Dante Martin. So I think that would have been really cool. It was a really good match, and the women both got hits on the men, but it would have been cool to see it the other way around. I don't know.
Well, for a minute there, I thought that might have happened because Ty had Dante's foot, and I mean, he could have reared back and just clocked her.
Yeah.
But
I think it's time for an intergender.
You see it in the indies all the time.
I say it every week. Just throw it on dark. Throw it on dark and see what happens. And throw it on an episode of Rampage. Don't make it the main event.
You got to do it tasteful,
though.
You got to do it tasteful, because if Dante Martin would have kicked Ty in that instance in the face, it would have just looked like he was just beating a woman.
But tell me the 4 of them wouldn't have been a perfect way to do an intergender match, because the 4 of them are pretty similar in stature.
Oh, yeah, and style.
Then you're not having, Brian Cage versus Sky Blue. That's going to be
horrible.
But
oh my God.
I sent Mark a few months ago a match that I had seen in the indies that was Sammy Guevara versus Thunder Rosa. And it was phenomenal.
Oh my God, it was in a bar.
Yeah.
It was in a bar.
And if I'm not mistaken, Thunder Rosa won.
I believe she did.
I believe
she did.
An absolutely phenomenal match, and neither of them held back, and I think that's what it should be.
It was a touch and go at first to kind of get that repertoire. I don't know how to word, but to get that feel for it was, Sammy was kind of holding back, and he'd like push her, and then he'd kind of slap her, and then she hit him harder. He'd have to hit her harder, and then they were going full board, doing batshit crazy.
Yeah. So hopefully that gets integrated. Tony Khan, if you're listening, let's do it.
Tony Khan, if you need like some writers, like you ain't even gotta like.
I'm here. I'm in Florida. We're in Florida.
Half price wages, straight up.
I just want free tickets and some merch. Like, I am happy to help.
Just give me like $500 in merch a month. I'll write whatever you want.
Cameo from Danhausen, and we're good.
Yeah, let me get Danhausen's phone number.
Big Fanhausens.
That sounds really creepy now that I say that out loud.
Let's not do that.
Well, I don't think we can not talk about Dynamite, not talk about one of the biggest things that happened, which happened in the last few moments of the night, right after the Jon Moxley versus the Lionheart Chris Jericho, who, by the way, needs to keep his face shaved. He looks like 35 years old. I fucking
the lower half of him
hate him.
So much younger looking than
I hate him for looking that young because I just found a bunch of white beards in the backside, white hairs in the backside of my beard, and Jericho looks like he dropped to like 38 to 40 years old. But right after Jon Moxley beat Chris Jericho with a submission it was a pretty good match. I mean,
this is what I think you would expect.
Yeah, there wasn't. I don't think the expectations were very high.
No,
I mean it's Chris Jericho and Jon Moxley. You're gonna get what you get out of it.
Sure, it was a good
Jericho
match.
got split open. Jericho's really been taking like
some
beyond an ass
hits.
beating. He got his nose broken, and then I don't know what hit him, but right above his left eye, a vertical cut was pouring blood beyond what even AEW with their consistent blood. Like Jericho was split open.
Yeah, I think he hit the exposed turnbuckle.
If he did, I don't know if
it was like instantaneous. It was like he hit the turnbuckle and then he
turned and it was like pools of blood.
Yeah.
It got all over Mox. It was both Jamie and I were like, oh man, this is rough. That's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
But right at the end of the match, as Jon Moxley was celebrating, lo and behold. Oh no, it wasn't they were celebrating. I'm getting my shit mixed up.
Yeah, there is Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager. They came out to attack Jon Moxley.
Classic heel stable.
And then, of course, Claudio, Ortiz, Eddie Kingston, and Wheeler Yuta came out to try to save Moxley's ass.
But, of course, the JAS, somehow in their weird numbers, was able to get the upper hand, and there was no hope until...
No chance. Well,
what, did Vince McMahon come out?
That's what you got.
Vince McMahon retired from WWE and in an ultimate heel move signed to AEW. It is confirmed here on the Coffee and Wrestling podcast. The rumor is WWE has fired Vince McMahon and he has now been signed and is now all elite.
I would stop watching it.
Oh my God, I would not. Are you kidding me? If Vince McMahon signed to... Hold on.
Okay, hold on. We're not doing this.
If Vince McMahon signed to AEW as a personality, oh my God, I would not stop watching AEW.
Well, do you want to talk about who comes out next, and then we'll see if adding Vince McMahon to this roster is a good idea?
If it's not Danhausen, I don't care.
Okay, so Chris Jericho is about to hit Moxley in the face when... Cult of Personality hits. And I was like so into it. I was just like, oh, okay. You know, not even thinking about him coming out. And you're like, oh, shit, yeah, I just thought CM Punk might come out. So, and then he did like the nice little like hobble around the ring.
You make it sound like I was being an ass about it. No, it made sense.
I forgot about it, yeah.
It made sense that they needed the savior. What do they call him? The savior of the Second City?
Second City or something.
Second City Saint?
Yeah, but he was like hobbling around on that post-surgery foot.
He was moving.
He was hobbling.
He was doing all right.
So hopefully he didn't come out too quick.
He's still got 3 weeks.
Take it easy.
He's going to have to.
It's going to be great. CM Punk versus Jon Moxley at All Out. The match I have really been looking forward to ever since CM Punk joined.
Ever since he joined or ever since he got the championship?
Ever since he joined, I've just been looking forward to this feud.
Yeah. I mean, feud, fantastic. Championship, I don't know. This is going to be an interesting one because this is going to give, we only have one title now. Yeah. They both have belts? Punk didn't come out with a belt.
No, he did not come out with a belt. I mean, technically, I don't know. You know how that goes. Some people have 2 belts, some people have 1 belt. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
By the way, when did interim champions just become a thing?
It's been a huge thing. Injuries.
Oh, yeah.
Injuries. I mean, I think that's been a big thing for a while. It's just, shit happens.
They've slowed down.
Come out.
Injuries have slowed down.
Yeah, there's just been a lot of interim champions in AEW, ROH in general because there's been injuries or other bookings. I know that was a problem with, I think, Deonna Purrazzo at that ROH pay-per-view.
Yes.
That first one, she was like double booked, so they had to do like an interim belt for that, and just all these weird stipulations, but that will signify the unification. There we go. Of the AEW men's belt. And I'm really looking forward to it. But I'm just going to throw it out there because I've been thinking about it for a while. Okay? Every once in a while, Mark and I look at each other and he'll ask me, do you still think this MJF thing is a work? And the answer is...
hold on. Okay.
Yes.
You still think it's a work? 100%.
Yes. Because it's got to come out.
This is how we're going to end the podcast, on a speculation whether this is like straight up before you go into your explanation.
Yeah.
This could possibly be one of the biggest stories of wrestling this year,
I'm ready to call
this
it.
decade.
Yeah.
You are 100% ready.
This is a work.
We've got before we go into there, we've got no social media activity from MJF other than I think he did. I don't know. I know Sasha or Britt Baker just Instagrammed a photo of her and MJF.
With her and MJF, which is foreshadowing.
There's been rumors that he's been doing Hollywood stints, like going for tryouts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but who do you think starts all these little rumors?
I know. I'm just saying. WrestlingInc.com,
okay.
PW Insider, F4W Online. I mean, there's 1,000 of them. There's 1,000 of them. Reddit.
Yeah, CM Punk was also
all credible news sources. You're crazy.
Not supposed to be joining AEW.
Ex-wrestler, XX-wrestler 42036. He's been right like 6 times.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm willing to say that this has been such a good work because a lot of people aren't going to see it coming. They're going to be too busy talking about Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is all out with the Young Bucks. I mean, come on. That's enough of a fucking headline right there. They're going to be too busy talking about that nobody's going to see MJF come out and make it so that CM Punk loses.
So here we go.
And John gets the AEW title. The official, not the interim.
Hey, you're stealing my MJF CM Punk feud idea? I said that to you the other night.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right though. Okay, 2 things.
It makes sense. Like, tell me it doesn't make sense. Whether he's going for whatever or he's having another feud with CM Punk, I just think this would be the ultimate heel move that everybody would be talking about. That music comes on, that MJF theme song, beep, beanie, 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 beanie. Oh man.
Yeah, but what if he came out?
But
what if he came out as the Young Bucks mystery partner?
Oh, fun.
Now we're into like conspiracy shit here.
Well, I mean, they're faces again. That'd be weird. Maybe MJF is a face.
Okay, how are you going to come back from that if that's where...
I had 2 months
I love
off.
the AEW Galaxy. Is he... No, he's still not, because yeah.
You okay? He comes back. He's had a few weeks to think about it.
A few weeks?
Yeah.
It's been months.
Yeah.
It was like, I think it was May he cut his pipe bomb.
Yep.
Quote unquote pipe bomb.
I feel like if he got dropped, they would have said something. He would have said something. That would have been...
Oh, if he got dropped, yeah.
Way too much. Look at Jonathan Gresham. Jonathan Gresham was like, I want out. And they were like, okay.
Yep.
Good luck. You're going to tell me they wouldn't just cut MJF? Come on. It's a work. It's a good one. Sometimes you think, AEW, maybe they don't have any storylines. And then you're like, oh, wow, they really like planted that fucking seed.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
I could see it. More than likely, I could see that it being the result.
He very well could come out and mess with Wardlow, too. I mean, he's got, obviously, beefs with both of them. He could come out, and I think we're looking at Wardlow versus Jay Lethal.
Something.
So that's very possible.
Again, though? Like,
yeah.
Doubling up on these championship matches. But hey, at least they're defending the championship matches. Hopefully that's it all out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I don't like...
Some type of stipulation match would be fun.
I hate it when they go to pay-per-views
no
and there's like 2 championships being defended. Like,
yeah, they should defend most, if not all. Maybe a Hook.
Well, he's defending it against that
Jersey
Chumpy
Shore
McChump.
Chumper. Yeah, that's on Rampage, though.
What an absolute waste of
breath.
I was
Space,
gonna
talent.
say waste of time.
Yep. He thinks he's going to bring the FTW championship back to New Jersey. Get out of here.
But I mean, they got to do those big stars. WWE does it all the time.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Look at
Logan
is it Jake
Paul.
Logan Paul?
Logan Paul's
I never
the
know which one it is.
Ronda Rousey's. Rowdy Ronda.
She's turned heel. She's got she's bragging about her monies and dumping monies, and if she wants to dump money, hey Ronda, I'll let you punch me in the face and you can give me some money. Like whatever you want to do.
Yep. Break his
I'm
arm.
down. So much money, she should just go buy her own championship. The Ronda Rousey championship.
Just open up her own wrestling.
The
Academy.
WWR Worldwide Ronda. Okay, this podcast is getting off on a completely different tangent.
So yeah, either way, MJF's coming back. We'll see for what. Anything as far as Rampage, we didn't really touch base on.
We kind of touched a little bit on pretty much everything Rampage.
We talked about Beardhausen. I mean,
Beardhausen.
That was great, of course.
Ryan Danielson talking shit to
Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia
That's
was
fun.
good.
Dragon versus Dragon Slayer. And just like you said, WWE does this. There's like some House of Dragons, Game of Thrones type-esque dragon match on Dynamite next week.
They're promoting the new
the House of Dragons show.
Not House of Dragons. Oh my
That's what
god,
it's called,
we should be
but
prepped
I think it's
about
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. There we go. Yeah, it's the prequel series to
Game of Thrones. Which we never watched.
Which I've heard that many people are excited for, and I'm glad that AEW is getting mixed into getting these sponsorships so that the word can get out. I have no personal connection to Game of Thrones, and now that I'm going to be lynched on the internet when somebody hears this, it was a good run. But yeah, that's next week. I think that match is next week with them.
Yep, and then pretty much just setting up some more matches for All Out.
That's all Rampage really was just kind of and that's what we're on with.
Solid hour.
That's what the next couple weeks of content's really going to be. It's going to be the build up to All Out. I don't think they've really announced any matches at all. They might have teased some. I might be wrong. I know Jon Moxley and CM Punk are most likely going to be the main event, but pretty much from here on out, it's going to be all out. All out. It's going to be all out.
Yeah,
all out.
Okay, so I would like to ask one more fun question, and then maybe we will wrap it up here.
Okay, I love fun questions.
I already know the answer to my question, but I want to know your answer.
Okay.
Is this going to be the pay-per-view that Jade loses her streak?
Against Athena, I'm assuming.
I'm thinking it's going to be Athena.
I mean, especially after, what was it, Dynamite? No, it was whatever it was. Yeah, it was Dynamite versus Madison Rayne, and she came out and attacked her.
Grabbed the belt. And I was actually dying.
36-0, right?
Kiera Hogan's like, that's not your belt. That's not yours.
That's not your belt. That's my line.
Yeah.
She's 36-0 after Dynamite.
Beating who is the women's coach now, which is kind of cool.
And they've got 3 weeks. They could make her 39-0 and then go 40-0 by... Yeah.
Oh, it could be... Is she going to go 40?
40-0.
Okay.
Streak versus...
That's fun.
I don't even know. Do I think she's going to drop the belt? As much as I'd love to see it, no. Especially with a streak like that. Like, what better way to concrete a legacy of the first one that held that belt than to give her the prestige of going such a large number. So no, I don't think she's going to drop the title.
Okay.
I think it'll be a hell of a match. She might win by maybe not the most clean methods. I think maybe there's going to be some interference. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and but
I'm not sure what's up with Red Velvet, if she'll be back or...
Right, no idea with that, but I think that if Jade Cargill, regardless, I think she's going to retain at the pay-per-view.
Okay, yeah, I'm interested to see if you're right and she goes 40-0. Thinking about it from that perspective, maybe not, but, I'm really hoping this is a good opportunity to push Athena. I think she's phenomenal. I love her energy.
I mean, it would be massive if she won.
Athena's been sucking out fucking Jade's energy-wise, like her charisma and her promos, and just her coming out like real strong like that. I really hope this is a good push for Athena, and maybe this is a good time to be like, hey, she broke her streak.
What's been nice
Jade's
too is
never lost.
It's a lot of the build up and the stories with Jade have been 2-3 weeks at best. This has been a couple of months
Sure.
build up of not every single week, but every so often, every 2 or 3 weeks. Here comes Athena throwing a nail in the tire of Jade's, trucks.
Which goes back to what we were saying before. There's really not a lot of storyline in the women's division, but this has been a pretty consistent one.
It could be a decent rivalry.
Nonetheless.
Win or loss, I mean, especially if Athena won. If Athena won, that would be huge. That would open up a big rivalry between Jade and Athena, even if their belt's not involved. Like, you took away my streak, you took away my belt.
Or it could be fun if it was like a 2 out of 3 falls, and the second fall is 40. Something like that. I don't know.
Well, they've got that Bryan Danielson
2 out of 3 falls.
Daniel Garcia is going to be 2 out of 3 falls, which is that's going to be intense.
Oh wow! I just can't wait. I'm so looking forward to that.
That's gonna be what a really good one.
What a push for young Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, right.
Sports
entertainers.
Looking forward to it. Then we'll have some great things to recap for next week. And again, I hope we next few weeks we're going to be finding out a little bit more about what these matches are going to be for All Out. Again, not a lot for Clash of the Castle either. So just kind of stay tuned over the next couple weeks, and we'll get the card and the ball rolling with that. And
I think the only one they've got confirmed for that is
they got the 3-on-3 women's.
Yep, and they've got Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
And then I've actually got it up here, and if I'd be smart, I would have had it by now.
Which I'm just gonna go out of my way to say, just drop the title. It's been enough.
Roman Reigns.
It's been enough.
Yeah. Liv Morgan and Shayna Baszler.
Okay. Cool.
The,
I'm excited that
Championship.
it's a different woman than you would normally expect, Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
And people are hating Liv Morgan, so interesting to see
she tapped out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've heard
she tapped out
multiple times.
They keep telling her. I don't think she realizes.
I don't think she does. Maybe she's trying to forget, but that we can't forget.
But here's the thing. But the referees, we've heard this time and time again. We've seen it with a bunch of wrestling matches.
Sure.
The referee's call is final. If the referee rings the bell, he calls for the bell and says that one or that person won. You gotta respect it. It's the referee's discretion.
Yep. Just like hockey, you gotta respect that call.
The referee is God in between those four corners. End of story.
Interesting to see what happened. Again, another NXT star.
Yep.
Coming up from basically the dumps of WWE.
The dumps.
Just squash match, and random women's match, to finally getting a pay-per-view match against Liv Morgan. So I'm actually pretty excited to see the matches that they do have scheduled so far. So again, going to be a fantastic weekend. Looking forward to it. And next few weeks are going to be fun. Just plotting and scheming and dropping those little hints of the storylines. And I think that about wraps it up. Coffee pot's empty. My coffee cup's empty. And again, I think
coffee's cold and we're ready to go.
Yeah, I think we'll pick up a random coffee for next week. And if you're on Twitter,
follow us.
Maybe tell us something that you would like to see us drink.
Follow us at CAW Wrestling Pod. Still looking for a better user or Twitter handle. Twitter's insane. Everybody has taken every name that has ever existed.
Yeah.
So.
But they have not taken at a bacon party, which is me, Jamie.
And they haven't taken at Gunk Dudley, which is me.
Again, when you see my Twitter, don't worry, not a child.
Oh, that's right. You've got a picture of
me and my Barbie Corvette when I was 3.
Oh my God, that's right. She is a child.
I'll never change it.
She's a large adult child. She's not a child. I'm married to her. That would be weird.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein, I am not.
No.
So, but thank you for joining us tonight. We will see you about a week or so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Please give us a follow.
Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on
Facebook.
Find us on every podcast platform, Spotify, Apple Music, Podbean.
Sure. And you know what? Most of all, tell your friends about us. Would you?
Yeah.
Just tell one random person, hey, are you a dork? Do you like wrestling? Real quick, I thought this was funny. I went to meet my new doctor, and he saw I have a D20 tattoo, and he was like, okay, you're a nerd.
If you don't know what a D20 is, it's a 20-sided die.
20-sided die, mostly used for
Dungeons
RPG, but Dungeons and Dragons. And he saw my Dungeons and Dragons tattoo, and he said, you're a dork. I'm a dork, which he plays too. He said, what's your other vice? What's your other dork hobby? And it would be...
horse riding.
Wrestling.
Oh.
Horse riding.
I hate horses.
So, this is a great opportunity to be like, hey, you're a dork. I'm a dork. Do you
Everybody has
wrestling podcasts? Do you
like
Mark drive an hour one way to work and an hour back and have time to listen to wrestling podcast, tell that person.
Are you a
tell the person who wakes up at 4:30 in the morning about us?
Are you a psychopath like me who listens to podcasts when you work out instead of music?
That's still strange, but tell those people about us. Tell your dad. Does your dad like wrestling?
I bet you your dad likes wrestling.
Was he a fan of Stone Cold? I was.
If your dad knows who Stone Cold Steve Austin is, he likes wrestling. If he doesn't like Stone Cold Steve Austin, then that means he's a jabroni. And you call him a jabroni, and you say, "You're not my dad."
Thank you.
This has been Terrible Advice with Coffee and Wrestling Podcast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mark.
I'm Jamie.
We will see you next time.